week, we went through 4 scenarios at an amusement park, and we had to figure out if it was an emergency, who we could talk to in order to get help, and what we would say to that person if we were looking for assistance or help. Here are the next 4 scenarios. Scenario number 1. You are waiting to ride the Ferris wheel, and someone cuts in front of you in line. So, is this an emergency? No, this is not something that you would call 911 about. If you're waiting to get onto a ride and someone cuts in line, cuts in front of you, that's not something you would dial 911 for. Who would you talk to? You could talk to the person themselves and you could say, "Excuse me, but I was standing here and you cut in line." More than likely that person doesn't care what you think because they wouldn't have cut you in line. So they might not be the nicest to you. So the next step, if that doesn't work, being polite to that person, is to go up to the attendant or person running the ride, someone wearing a uniform. What can you say to that person? You can say, "Excuse me, sir or ma'am, I was waiting in line and that person back there, they cut in front of me. They cut all the other people and got in front of me in line. Can you please do something about it?" And you would hope that they would fix and rectify that situation by telling that person to get to the back of the line where they rightfully should be. Scenario number 2. You go to the bathroom at the amusement park, and when you come out, you can't find your friends. Your friends have disappeared. They've gone somewhere. What should you do? Is this an emergency? Not really. This really isn't an emergency because you just stepped out of the bathroom and nothing's really wrong. You just don't see your friends anywhere. So this is not something you would dial 911 for. Who can you ask for help? You can use your cell phone and you could possibly call or text your friends if you have a phone, and you could dial their numbers and be like, "Hey guys, where did you all go?" If you're lost for an extended period of time and you're really starting to get worried, like, "Oh my goodness, where are my friends?" and you've looked all around the area and you still don't see them, you can go up to a park attendant and say, "Listen, I was with a group of my friends and they've disappeared. Do you think that you might be able to help me?" Scenario number 3. You are drinking lemonade at a picnic table, and a stranger offers to put alcohol in your drink. Is this an emergency? No, not really an emergency, but it's something that should heighten your awareness and make you aware that, like, this person is a stranger and this doesn't feel right. What should you do? Who can you talk to? You can talk directly to that person and say, "No, I'm sorry, but I don't need anything in my drink. I don't know what that is, and I don't know who you are. Can you please leave me alone?" You also, if you feel super uncomfortable and you're not able to walk away from the area and away from your picnic table, you can find a park attendant or someone you could talk to say, "Listen, this person is offering to put alcohol in my drink and I don't know who they are." So that is what you could say to them if talking to that person directly doesn't work. And it's probably good that you talk to someone at the park because more than likely, they're not just asking you if you want something in your drink. They're probably going up to other people's picnic tables and also asking them. So you'd be doing everyone a service going up to a park attendant in a uniform and saying, "You have somebody walking around trying to put something in people's drinks and it's not safe." And the last scenario, scenario number 4, is you are ordering food at the concession stand. A fryer gets too hot and it catches on fire. Is this an emergency? I would say yes. This is probably an emergency that you probably want to hurry up and call somebody for. If you have a phone, you may be able to dial 911, or you could find a park attendant that's close by. More than likely, they probably have a fire extinguisher that would assist in putting the fire out. But just to be safe, you could dial 911. Can help? Obviously, firefighters. They probably have somebody at the park itself. Maintenance, they would run over with a fire extinguisher and put it out and make sure everybody's safe. They might have EMTs. Those are the people that come over and they would assist if anybody happened to get burned or hurt. Or smoke inhalation. They would make sure everyone that works in that concession stand is okay. What can you say and what can you do? You shouldn't run in there unless you feel safe to run in there and help the person working. You could be causing more of a problem by getting physically involved. So really what you should do is you should find someone at the park that can properly assist and have the equipment in order to help that concession stand person out. So this way everyone walks out of the situation safe and no one gets hurt. So these are the last 4 problem-solving cards from Unique Learning.